And we are now joined by its CEO, Jonathan Oh. Hello, good morning, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning, Paul. Good morning, Kai. Good morning, Indonesia. Thanks for having me this morning.
All the way from Malaysia. First of all, can you tell us more about Supplycart? I mean, we've seen that, procurement in any business can be one of the most complicated things to do. And how does Supplycart make it easier for small to medium-sized business enterprises to, operate?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. So, good morning. I'm Jonathan, CEO of Supplycart. We are a Malaysian HQ company with presence in Singapore and Hong Kong. And ultimately, we are looking to impact the 65 million SMEs, throughout Southeast Asia. So we find that, how Supplycart came about is SMEs, they have not, really are underserved and unserved. Majority of SMEs are not digitalized and manual in nature. Of course, the larger enterprise have sophisticated systems, digitalized their processes. And I think during this time where Supplycart is in, we are looking to impact SMEs, especially during this pandemic, to be able to digitalize, optimize their business, grow and expand. So what we do is we work with SMEs to sort of make it easy and simple and very light touch to be able to just digitalize their business. And ultimately through that, improving costs as well as improving cash flow as well. So we are sort of, enabling SMEs with technology.
Well, we know in Indonesia, Jonathan, the MSMEs are, a large part of it is still not digitalized yet. What is it? How is it like in comparison over there? How many businesses or what portion of SMEs are still not yet digitalized, and how has having Supplycart changed that?
Sure. I think in Malaysia, I'll mention that there are 65 million SMEs across Southeast Asia. Malaysia alone, we have about 1 million SMEs. And you are right that majority are in the MSME and SME range as well. And I would say that, a single business now, and especially in the MSME, SME, about 60% of their business is still manual in nature. So how has Supplycart come in? There's still a lot of work for us to do. But we sort of work with these SMEs to have it a light touch, that they can get on board and slicing their business in terms of what their business is buying, how can they procure much faster. And what we have seen, Supplycart working with such businesses, we see the take rate now much, much compared to before the pandemic. And I would say that businesses now they're looking, B2C e-commerce has been that boom, going online, listing your business. But the gap here is, businesses at the back end, they are not digitalized. So one side you have the front where you're on e-commerce sites, it's booming marketplaces. But when the orders come in or when you're managing your business at the back is manual. So I think what Supplycart is doing, we're bridging that gap. And ultimately what we believe, that would sort of, grow the SMEs and lead them to sort of have access to more, even financing and cash flow as well. So I think that's what Supplycart's main thing that we're doing right now with the business.
Cool.
So one of the things that I've been very interested in is ADAM, because that's basically the foundation of your automated digitalized system. Can you tell us more about ADAM and how is ADAM unique to this particular digitalization? And what aspects of the supply and procurement does ADAM help with?
Sure. So, ADAM stands for Analyze, Digitalize, Automate, and Manage. We wanted to make it technology shouldn't be rigid or boring. Hence, we named it ADAM. So it's a proprietary software that we have built it in-house, and we wanted to make it intuitive, and we named human technology, right? So we are doing on ADAM is we really help businesses to get on board, digitalize their workflows, being able to bring their suppliers as well into a single seamless platform for them to then start procuring transparently, very seamlessly. As you are aware, a lot of our suppliers are still as well manual and not digital in nature. So when we have ADAM, it's a very buyer-driven, a company-driven tool that they will be able to use to enable not only their business, their internal stakeholders, their multi-department, multi-locations, but also then being able to bring on board their suppliers to be able to then have this ecosystem. So the beauty of ADAM is our ecosystem is always growing. We are not a customized software, but we are a cloud software that is being able to be used, across businesses. So a typical way of a business would start using us would be, everything they need for the business from, moving away from Excel, moving away from Microsoft Word to do your purchase orders, ultimately then leading to payments. How are they going to be paying to their suppliers? Would they have access to financing? And that's where then ADAM is. We become that central connector. We have APIs. We have connected with cloud accounting softwares like Xero. We have integrated with ERP software, SAP and Oracle. So that becomes that single place for us. And we have also worked with financial partners as well, financial institutions, to make capital accessible and easier right now for SMEs as well. So really we are on a mission to really digitalize SMEs, being that we call it Zero for procurement. Xero is a very famous cloud accounting software. We want to be that for SMEs.
As somebody who's worked with procurement in a corporation before, I can tell you, even corporations, at least a couple of years back, has their own system, but is not as as interactive as ADAM, because you'd still have to print out the things, get the actual physical signatures and all these bureaucracy stuff. Yeah, and then you see that in the video. You just input everything. It will be sent to the application on your boss's phone or whoever is in charge, and then he gets to approve it straight away. That's so easy.
Less human contact.
Yes.
Speaking of less human contact, part of that reason is because of COVID-19. Now, since 2016, your company has grown exponentially. However, I'm sure you have suffered some setbacks as well. How has this pandemic affected you and your company?
The pandemic really was something that we were not ready for. And it just happened. We were growing about 100% compounded annual growth. We were also recognized by Financial Times, actually in 2021 as ranked 70th in APAC region as one of the highest growth companies. So we're right behind Custom in Malaysia in number 2. When the pandemic hit, I guess, yes, we were not ready for it. Even our buyers and sellers were not. But what it has done, during the pandemic is definitely we have seen, because of the lockdowns, businesses are not able to operate. The economy and supply chain as well has been affected. Cash flow as well. So all this came right at the time during the pandemic. And I think how Supplycart has gone through this period is we started looking at how can we reinvent ourselves. And in a way, the pandemic has helped us to educate the market, purely because then more SMEs are now open. They are coming to us and saying that, hey, how can we get on board, to be on a new channel, to make our business more efficient. Potentially, they might not have as many people already, and they couldn't get in touch with their supply chain regionally, and they have all specialized. So, we have seen, that, we have seen 300% growth in our usage as well of our platform. On the negative side, I would say because of business not being able to run, some chicken and egg situation where businesses need to procure, but suppliers can't supply, or suppliers want to get more businesses, but buyers are not open. So I think we are in a mode now that we are looking forward for that recovery and reset. But I have to say that kudos to a lot of businesses that they started sort of reinventing themselves, change. I guess that's something Supplycart has been doing as well. We did not let the situation stop us from expanding. We expanded to Singapore in September 2020 as well. So I think really having that mindset, and just keeping it positive and go for it. And I think it's becoming more important that now we are all in a collaborative and partnership mode. It's no longer me doing my business myself. I can do it, but more like how do we come together as an ecosystem to go through the pandemic.
Totally agree. It's much more difficult these days to stand alone, especially with all the troubling times that we're facing.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, procurement, tendering, supply is one of the niftiest things that happens in a corporation or any kind of business because of how much bureaucracy usually goes into it, And you guys are making it easy. So today is the 31st of August. As our neighbors, would love to congratulate you guys because today is your Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, Malaysia. What are your hopes for Supplycart and perhaps for Malaysia as well? From you, perhaps, a statement to the world.
Yeah. So Malaysia Independence Day is today, and I think Malaysia is sort of gearing up towards being more digital. The Malaysian government has recently sort of announced a My Digital initiative, where what that means is the whole country is coming together to ensure that we're all on the same pathway. There's a blueprint that we're heading towards digitalization across the whole country. And we are aspiring, because Indonesia has a number of unicorns. Malaysia, we are aspiring to have 5 unicorns by 2030.
Awesome.
And I think, yes, and that's some exciting things, that we are looking at in Malaysia. And I think there are a number of startups upcoming as well, of course, Supplycart being one of them. I think what we are doing is, we are aspiring to be able to be, a Southeast Asia proud company, right? It's not Malaysia, it's not Indonesia, and I think I aspire to have this region, right, to have really awesome technology, growth, innovation, and I think more and more unicorns, will be coming up in this region, and I think, we look forward to that, and we hope that Supplycart is part of that journey, to be able to impact not just Malaysia, but working together with our neighboring countries, Indonesia, to be able to bring up this ecosystem. So I think that's something that I'm looking forward to.
Well, that's how we see things here at See Today, because we are Southeast Asia. We're all about working with our neighbors. Thank you so much, Jonathan. We do know that you've had collaborations in the past with Indonesia. We hope that one day we can see that happen again. And as well, we hope that next time we speak, you are one of the 5 unicorns that Malaysia aspires to have in the future. Thank you so much. Good luck to you, Jonathan, and to Supplycart as well. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, guys.
Selamat Hari Merdeka.
Thank you.
Happy,